Daylight Africa 2023, the second edition, the team on their way to Goree Island, a historical place in the continent. If you travel to Africa and you fail to visit this island, you have not gotten the complete information about the continent. So this is why the Daylight Africa team is going straight to the island to reconnect through transatlantic family reunification on the island. Of course, there we're also going to celebrate the Claude birthday as we did last year. But on the island, we're going to have the door of no return. But as far as Daylight Africa is concerned, today we now have the door of return again and again, and the door of return forever. That's why you see the team coming from the United States, coming back to their roots and exploring the beauty of the continent. So Daylight Africa is there to reconnect everyone back to their roots.
Daylight Africa. I'm here with Daylight Africa, Sharon Salam, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm actually very happy I've come. It's been an incredible experience so far, and I look forward to more fascinating things happening. Right now, I'm on this boat getting ready to go to Goree Island, go and see where they took many of our ancestors from in Goree Island. So people have been talking about that experience, and I hope that when I get there it's not overwhelming, but it's an experience as many Americans have when leaving this country many, many years ago.
We are having fun. We are going to Goree Island. So if you look, enjoying the scenery. Daylight Africa is, as the name suggests, Daylight Africa. Glory of Hope Travel and Tours. Okay, so let us just have fun today. We are going to see you soon. Check us out on our website, Daylight Africa. What is Daylight Africa? Check us out. You'll know what it is. We are having fun.
As you have heard some of the team exploring, presenting the experience to the world, giving us their impression about the experience so far, you will definitely see something unique this time around. Just stay tuned and flow with us as we explore the island called Goree Island.
They built the first house was enslaved in 1536. In 1627, the Portuguese and the Dutch was exchanged the island. The island was called by the Portuguese Ilha de Palma, and the Dutch was called the island Rode Reed in Dutch war. But in 1627, the Dutch will stay here for 50 years only, 1627 to 1677. In November 1st, in 1677, the French was to go in hand of the Dutch. We have everything also on island. water and electricity come from Dakar by the pipeline, the food we were ferry. We have a primary school, kindergarten, and excellent lyceum for the young girls. And we have a police station also, and a bank with an ATM. Now we're going to walk around. I was talking about the slave houses. There was 28 houses enslaved on this island. But the first houses enslaved was built by the Portuguese in 1536 on this place. But unfortunately, it was destroyed completely by the British, and the actual house you can see was built in 1782. And the last owner, Marie-Amélie Griffon, when she became known, she donated this house of Justice of Dakar. Its reason of why is a presbytery now. Just here. This house was built in 1782, and the last owner was Marie-Amélie Griffon. How many people can get inside here? They doesn't care about the number. It can be 5. Your glasses, please. It can be 5, 10, or 15 persons. They doesn't care about the number. The only problem was how to close the door behind them. And the first person who get inside have a difficult to have a fresh air because the cell becomes smaller. You follow the stairs. They can stay here 1 day, 2 days. When they're getting out, they have a difficult to stand up. And Nelson Mandela was here for his official visit in 1991. After 27 years jail, he was crying inside this cell because he was imagining how it was costly to stay inside the cell like this. Used by the African people who collaborated at beginning, and one moment they was collaborating with the slave masters. And one moment everybody was guilty because at beginning it was by the port. It was for just the place for the transition when they were stationed, because they would just keep them here sometimes to have enough passenger before leaving. They bring them here just to feed them with beans, palm oil and corn to make them strong. So this is for the men? Yes, it was for the men by the feeding room, with the beans, palm oil, and corn, because they was just staying there. No, they will stay inside here. The time to feed them, just to make them fat and strong, because the young girls and men was expensive. The children and women was cheaper. Because of that, they was feed the men several times a day. The women and babies was 1 time or 2 times a day, just to keep them alive. So the men, all the men there, when they arrive on a final destination. You see? Then they prepare them for the plantation? Of course. Sometimes the mines. And sometimes, because when they are on a final destination, they used to do auction sale for the men and the young girls. Because of that, the men and the women was, young girls was expensive. When they arrive on a final destination, they used to do the auction sale for the young girls and the men more than 60 kilos. But also, and the values of a slave will just depend to the destination, because when they were supposed to work on the fields, they was exchanged with the sugar cane, cotton, tobaccos, rice, and corns. When they were supposed to work on the mines, it was with gold, coal, iron bar, sometimes with a gun or gunpowder, or there was exchanged 25% to 1 horse or 30% to 1 horse. Like 1 animal was expensive than 30 human beings. And here was for the punishment. This is the punishment. 30% to 1 horse. When the horse was a bloodstock, was exchanged against 30%, 30 human beings. It would say, they would say in Brasilia, it was difficult for the slave to live more than 10 years old in Brasilia. And this was a ship they would use for the transportation of a slave. And before coming to Africa, it was full with different things they want to exchange against the human being, as you can see here. And this was a kind of hamper they used for the slaves, left and right feet, when they put them together. And the Pope Nicholas V just gave him an authorization again in 1454. And the slave trade was begun in 1441 to 1888. It was during 447 years. But they call this door the door of no return, and the Pope was stand here in 1992 and asked for forgive in Africa because a lot of Catholic missionaries were collaborating with slave masters, and they said they can forgive, but they will never forget.
We are here in Goree Island, specifically in one of the slave houses that still stand. We just finished touring the place. It's a very emotional kind of experience, just seeing what our ancestors went through, you know, being enslaved and waiting here from 6 weeks to 2 months only to be shipped out right across the Atlantic to various parts of the world. So just kind of taking that in and
Joyeux anniversaire Africa, joyeux anniversaire, happy birthday to our elder, Mama Africa, happy birthday to you, Mama Africa, happy birthday to you, Africa, happy birthday to you.
Today is a birthday of someone that if you don't know her, you must know her from today on. You know about Dr. King, am I right? You know about Rosa Parks. Now the lady who made them is Claudette Colvin. Rosa Parks' refusal was in 1955, but December 5th, 1955. Claudette Colvin was what, March 2nd, 9 months, not a halko, 9 months, 9 months before Rosa Parks. The reason why you don't know Claudette Colvin, but you know Rosa Parks, and I think Queen Mother will tell us a little bit about it. But I just want you to know that we made history last year and we're repeating it. And there is no better venue to do this thing than on Goree Island, where we just visited a door of no return, and now we have come back, which means it has no longer been door of no return.
Not sit at no back of no bus. No, she will not take anything that was negative toward black people. And with that, you know they would in jail her. You know she got to go to jail for that when she started saying no to white folks. She said no, but she's outlived all of them in the Bronx celebrating of her return to the Deep South. So now she is there in the Deep South, over 90 years old. She is 84 now, but we see her over 94. 84 don't mean anything to us. It's about the work you do in the liberation struggle of a people. So she has done her life work, and the family has asked her to come home, which she's back in the Deep South. And so with that, what a day that we're celebrating her Earth Day, her birthday in the same place we were last year. So we're going to sing happy birthday to a great warrior woman.
Thank you.
From the south to the north, and from the north back to the south. And so the liberation of our elder. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mama. Happy birthday to you. May the good God bless 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 you.